Hello, Hallmark Hot Takers, and welcome to episode 9 of season 3 of Hallmark Hot Takes with Heidi and Jason, where we watch and then rate all of the countdown to Christmas movies from the Hallmark channel. And Jason, as always, will explain our complicated rating system.
It's a candy cane rating system from half a candy cane all the way up to 5 candy canes. We combine them together to get a score out of 10 candy canes.
And that is based on how much we liked or disliked this movie. So tonight's offering is called All Saints Christmas, starring Ledisi, just has one name, and Roger Cross. And I'm just going to jump into the ever-popular and always on point rapid recap. So, that's our bird clock. So meet Lissette, who is a pop singer, R&B pop singer, who is doing some Christmas shows when she finds out from her manager that her tour has been canceled due to a more popular pop singer. What was the name? I don't remember.
Popular pop singer?
Popular pop singer named
Ocean.
Ocean, yeah. Lissette has not been trending really well on the socials, so, her star's going down. So her label might cancel her tour. And then she is walking around LA when she bumps into her ex, Matthew, who she's in a turn of events. He picks up a ring that she dropped, and it looks like he's proposing, but he's not. He's just trying to give it back to her. Well, somebody gets a picture of it. It becomes a big story that Lissette and Matthew are engaged. They're back together, and it becomes this whole big trend on social media. Huge.
It's going to be huge.
Like her manager is like, oh my gosh, she's fired up. Look at all these new followers and blah, blah, blah. So Matthew and Lissette decide that they're going to roll with this because Matthew has his own record label that he's trying to make a go of, and Lissette would like to reestablish her career. So they go home to her town of New Orleans, where her father is the proprietor of a very popular and storied jazz club that he is closing down. And a reporter from LA, one who has been very nitpicky and of Lissette over the years, is coming to write the story. So they're faking to be engaged for her family as well. So they go home and, family is all excited, and Lissette and Matthew start spending more time together, and they, of course, start getting close, and old feelings resurface. And we found out that the reason that they were dating for 2 years, but Lissette never wanted to introduce Matthew to her family, and the reason is because she was dating some dude, Darren, back in the day, and Darren only wanted to be with her because of her connections and her cash and all that, and her dad had warned her off, and she didn't listen, so she closed her heart off. And Matthew just couldn't take not being as important, and he wanted to meet her family and move forward, so he broke up with her. But we find out they're, of course, still in love with each other.
Of course.
But things come to a head when Matthew's new record label, the story breaks that she's jumping ship with her old record onto Matthew's new record, a story that Matthew had nothing to do with. It was his business partner, but Lissette gets very upset with him. So then everybody finds out that they were just faking. And then at the end, Lissette realizes that she can't run away from her feelings, and she loves Matthew, so she goes and finds him, and she tells him that she loves him, and they kiss, and they perform at her dad's jazz club for the last time. And then the next day they meet with the reporter, and the kids all decide that they're going to take over the club, and Lissette is not going to have a record label. She is going to concentrate on her music and writing the stories that she likes, and they're going to take over their dad's thing. And then her and Matthew get engaged at the end, and it snows in New Orleans, and that is All Saints Christmas. Named All Saints because All Saints was the name of the dad's club.
Oh, or the New Orleans Saints.
I don't think that's why.
Or when the Saints come marching in.
Stop. Let's move on.
All right, what's up next?
The reviews.
All right.
Everybody's favorite part. All right, so now onto the review portion of the show.
Dun, dun, dun.
Done via likes and dislikes.
Where are we starting today?
Where should we start first? What are you feeling?
I go likes, maybe?
Okay. You're okay. All right. What did you like about this?
I liked it was in New Orleans.
Yeah, that was great. We did.
I was a little bit in LA, not in New York.
Not in New York.
Thank goodness. In New Orleans. I like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Very cool.
When she's singing in the beginning of the thing, I don't know if you caught this. In the beginning, she's at a concert, one of her concerts, and everyone is like jamming in the audience. They're singing like there's some goofy people. Really fantastic. I like the fact they had 4 Christmas trees.
They did. The whole house was decked from head to toe. 4 Christmas trees.
It's because the kids couldn't get along. So each kid has his own tree or her own tree. And then there's a family tree.
That they decorate on Christmas Eve every year.
Right.
Which was a cool tradition.
I liked it. I like it. I liked the mom's fruitcake.
That was awesome. So the mom had this famous fruitcake that she made for Matthew and all of the siblings, because Lissette has a brother and a sister, and so they're all like looking at him like, so he takes a bite of it and he's like, and I guess it's just loaded with alcohol. So he has 3 slices and he's drunk.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah, I wanted some of that. I like the fact that Dad had a curfew, even though his kids are grown and old.
By 11.
11 o'clock, and they end up being, she ends up being late, and it's 11 o'clock and it's locked.
He locked the door. He's like, nope, not coming in.
I thought Matthew was great. I thought he was like the hero. I think he got the raw end of a lot of this. I mean, I know he was still in love with her, but like, she really put him in a rough spot with this whole thing.
He was like, it was good for his label too.
Yeah.
You know, because.
But like, he becomes Santa at one point, helps the kids.
She does.
I like the dad. I thought the dad was good. I like Bob.
I love Bob.
Who was Bob?
Bob was her sister's husband, and he was amazing. He had like 2 lines the whole movie. One of my dislikes was that Bob actually wasn't in this movie enough.
I have the same dislike.
He was just, I don't know what it was about Bob, but he needed to be in this movie more. I loved him.
And there were some New Orleans beads. They had
lots of beads.
Beignets. That was great.
Lots of New Orleans colors.
Yeah, I did like that. What did you like?
I liked that she sang some Jesus music. I was very excited about that.
Yes.
I love the family reunion. So when Lissette comes, the first stop is to the club, I think.
Yeah.
And her whole family's there rehearsing for the show. And they have this big family reunion, and everyone was so happy, and it was just really nice. And I like the relationship between Lissette and her sister, where they find out her sister's pregnant, and everyone's, it's supposed to be a secret until after. Right. And then, of course, Bob, being Bob, he lets it out of the bag.
One of his 2 lines.
One of his 2 lines. But yeah, that was great. I love the chemistry between the siblings. I really thought they played well off of each other. Mm-hmm. You could tell that you felt like they really loved and cared about each other. And I thought it was really nice. So, Matthew never got to meet her family, so he's never been to New Orleans, and he's always wanted to experience Christmas in New Orleans. And even though they weren't together, I thought it was really nice of her to take him around New Orleans and show him Christmas. And I thought that was really cool. So,
those were good likes.
So yeah, those were my likes.
What did you not like?
There was something janky about the sound in this movie. So like, all of the background noises were really amplified, and it kind of made it hard to hear some scenes. There was one scene, it started in the beginning, but there was one scene in particular where they're outside and you hear crickets. And then you go inside and you can still hear the crickets really loud. So there's something janky with the sound. I did not care for that.
Yeah, I have that as well. I didn't like the sound quality aspects.
I didn't like Gia, the reporter.
No, she was
And her reasoning for being like a bitch was so stupid, because Lissette beat her out for some play when they were in high school, because they're both from New Orleans, and they tried out for the same play, and she's always held a grudge.
Yeah.
Seriously, you need therapy, lady. You're crazy.
That was bad. She's really tanking. Like, her big claim was like it went double gold. Like, you couldn't say it went platinum. Like, I mean, like, we're making that stuff up, right? Like, the biggest thing is like it went double gold. Like,
I don't know what that means. So.
It's not platinum. I'll tell you that.
I don't know what to say. So they make a big deal about the club and how the dad's retiring. But they didn't really spend enough time at the club to make me care about it. So, like, if he had retired at the end and closed the club, I don't think I would have cared. No. Like, I'm glad the kids took it over, but I didn't really have any emotional investment in the All Saints Club.
Right. I didn't really like her.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. I just think the whole thing was kind of hokey on, like, she's rushed into this thing and then she's like, it's all about my brand, and really didn't care to like bring him in the mix of it until like the next day when he shows up.
Going, what the heck?
Like, going, what the heck?
Why
like,
do people think we're engaged?
I thought it was very selfish.
Well, I think she brought him in because when he came, she was talking to her mom.
I know, but just very selfish, like the whole thing. It's like, oh, this is really great for my business. But it's like the interaction that they had was like very negative. Like when they met at the market, like she was a big jerk.
He broke her heart.
Right. So he breaks her heart, and then then she needs all this stuff from him, which I'm like, I don't think so, lady.
Well, he thought it would be good for his label too.
Right. I didn't. Yeah, whatever.
This movie needed more Bob.
Way more Bob. Sister was drinking. She was pregnant. She was drinking.
We don't know that. There was what looked like a martini glass in front of her.
No, hold on.
With some red liquid in it. We don't know.
So for a second, it wasn't look like a martini glass. It was a martini glass directly in front of her.
It was adjacent.
With a red.
It could have been a Shirley Temple.
A cranberry martini.
You don't know that it was alcohol.
It's a cranberry martini.
I find it hard to believe that a Hallmark would let something air where a pregnant woman was drinking.
No, I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Whatever, dude. You're crazy.
So I didn't like that. What do you got, candy canes? You ready for candy canes?
Are you ready for candy canes? Because I feel like we're dissenting in arguments here, and I don't like it.
This is also what people tune in for.
What are you giving it?
1.5 candy canes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really Scroogey rating.
Yeah. That wasn't like. I don't think I cared if they got together or not.
Like, I will agree that it was a bit slow because not a whole lot happened. So it took a long time.
Slow, it's still going.
It took a long time to tell. But I actually like the story, and I love the family. I thought the family aspect was the best part of the movie, not even so much the romance.
You're letting Bob influence your vote here, I think.
Well, if Bob was in this movie more, I'd be getting a higher rating. But I liked it. I didn't love it, and I am prepared to give it 3 candy canes.
3 candy canes?
Yeah. I thought it was okay.
3 candy canes.
I will say I liked it a lot more than I expected I would.
So that's 4.5 candy.
So I think Jay was a little Scroogey. I'm not gonna lie, but I thought it was okay.
I was torn between 1.5 and 2, but
I was gonna go 2.5 to 3.
Yeah,
and it's a middle of the road movie for me. It was entertaining, a little slow, but I
didn't get a lot of the romance. Again, I didn't care about if they got together or not. I didn't care if he lost the. Or not lost the business, but gave up the business. Like, there wasn't any the stakes.
I guess
as you would say,
that.
The stakes were very low in this one.
Because they didn't really develop them very well.
Right.
It wasn't like if we don't get a new label or record someone new, then our label's going to go under.
Right.
So, yeah, I could agree with that. But
wonderful.
It got an extra candy cane for Bob and the family. I loved them.
Okay.
All right.
You want to do
Stay tuned for previews.
All
right. So,
what's the next one up?
The next one is In Merry Measure, starring Patty Murrin, Brendan Penny, and Jennifer Robertson. When pop star Darcy, another music star, returns home to spend Christmas with her sister and her niece, she unexpectedly finds herself coaching the high school choir with her one-time rival, Adam.
Rivals
turned... Friends with benefits.
Ooh, this will be a good one.
We'll see. I don't know about this one.
All right.
But I didn't know about the last one, and I thought that was better.
Yeah, 1.5.
All
right.
Stop. You're so grinchy today. Goodness. You need a drink, like the sister.
She wasn't drinking. All right. Next time.
We'll see you next time.